We're the only democracy in the world that doesn't count the popular vote.
This is the second time in 16 years that the person coming into the White House has lost the popular vote.
Under the Electoral College system, a candidate who wins the most votes gets all of that state's electoral votes. A candidate can win millions of individual votes in a state like Florida and still lose all that state's electoral votes because they lost the popular vote there.
How about we all vote?
Wait, who are all these people?
Oh, these are the electors. They're the people who actually vote for president.
When people voted, they were actually voting for electors, who are basically a bunch of locally appointed representatives who then vote on your behalf, which again makes no sense to me.
That's just a technicality. They have to vote for who we choose.
Actually, in 24 states, they can vote for whoever they want.
Do you understand how weird that is? That's like going to a deli, but for some reason, you can't order for yourself. You're just there at the counter like, hey, can I have a sandwich? And then there's some guy who's like, whoa, 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 I got this. Hey, can he have a sandwich?
In 2004, an elector in Minnesota cast his vote for someone named John Ewards, which was almost the name of John Kerry's running mate.
Did you mean John Edwards?
Yes. I may have a drinking problem.
That elector's vote didn't go to John Kerry. It went to the guy running for vice president.
Winner take all means that in big states, even if a second place candidate gets millions of votes, the Electoral College don't give a So the nearly 4 million people who voted for Hillary in Texas, or the 2.5 million who voted for Trump in New York, they just don't count.
Some states are red states and some states are blue states. That's the way America is.
Actually, most states are pretty purple.
Hold on there, son, you might be saying to yourself right now. You're missing the whole point of the Electoral College. It's to protect the small states from the big states. Give the small states more voting power and the presidential candidates will have to pay them more attention in an election. If that's the goal of the Electoral College, it's failing spectacularly. Here's a graph showing the number of visits the presidential candidates paid to each of the states in the last 2 months of the previous election. If it looks like there are a few states missing, you're right. Only 18 of the 50 states received even a single visit from a candidate, and just 2 of those states, Maine and New Hampshire, have very small populations.
Okay, well, it gets worse because the Electoral College also creates swing states.
Oh, I love the swing states. They make election night so exciting, kind of like when my turtles move a little.
Well, exciting. I think the fact that the entire election is determined by just a handful of states is really messed up. Swing states have so much power that in recent elections, up to 80% of all the votes cast in America had no impact on the outcome.
The elections are winner take all. As long as a candidate gets just over 50% of the popular vote in a state, he wins 100% of that state's electoral votes. That means winning by millions of citizens' votes is no better than winning by a single vote, so candidates are safe to ignore states where they poll with big margins. Instead, the Electoral College makes candidates intensely interested in the needs of just a few states with close races to the detriment of almost all Americans, which is why it should be abolished.
Hello, America. I'm Adam Conover, and I'm running for president of Florida, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. And boy, do I love Florida oranges, Philadelphia cheesesteaks, and whatever you people like in Ohio. The rest of the country can go suck a big one.